I'm recording it. Bro, ooh, this thing's squeaky. It's like that SpongeBob episode. Okay, let me check it. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Unc Talks. It's your boy T Free. And I know it's been, like 2 weeks since I dropped the episode, but hey, we're here. Good to see y'all. If you are new here to Unc Talks, this is a podcast where I just come on, and if I'm by myself, I'm just gonna be yapping about life and really old soul type of combos, but in a young soul. It's for all my people that are trying to elevate and, you know what I'm saying, get your life right. But we have some fun here, as you guys have seen from episodes 1 and 2. If you haven't seen episode 1 or 2, it's literally in the playlist. It's as a podcast. You can go see it on the page. But what's up, y'all? Updates. Life has been interesting. Very chaotic. Very chaotic. But I feel like everything is aligned and things are happening the way they need to. Very like it's hard to say. It's definitely hard to say. Like, I know things are supposed to change when you are meant to go to the next level, but it's like I be feeling like I know too much, and I'm very like observant, and I see like patterns and stuff. So I'm noticing some patterns that I've seen before, but then I've also noticed those same patterns when I elevate too. And I'm like, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, it's good, and then it's like, oh, dang, I gotta leave this stuff. Cause it sucks, cause like I feel like people in my life that I really rocked with as I was getting to this point in my life are like leaving, and I'm like, damn, like, bro, it was supposed to be us, bro. It was supposed to be us. So I get really like sad about that, and that's kind of what's been happening. But life is great. I feel like I'm in my creative flow. So honestly, I know at least one person is watching this, and it's like, bro, thank you. Thank you, because if you weren't watching, it would be a whole lot harder to get stuff like this up consistently. But the podcast is a way for me to like really just talk, bro, because like I don't really got a lot of people I'm close to. I don't got a lot of people that are on like the same wavelength like consistently. So I just stay to myself. People be like, what do you do outside of this? And like when I tell them like nothing, they're like, oh, outside of this, I mean like working at the gym and stuff like that. But it's hard to really say what I do because I make content. But when I'm not doing that stuff, I'm reading. I like to listen to the book and read it at the same time. I'm actually doing that with Artist Way, and it really helps me get through it. It's really nice. I'm not gonna lie, but like that's the kind of stuff that excites me. Doing that like outside, taking walks, trying new like restaurants and stuff like that. That's stuff I'm interested in, and I'm down to do it by myself. And like, bruh, dating as like and I guess this is gonna be like the first topic, I guess. It's just a freaking hot topic for me, bro. I feel like, and this could be an unpopular opinion if girls are watching, I just don't feel like dating has been the same. I'll just keep it at that for my lady viewers. I don't think that men are being considered anymore, bro. Girl, I'm seeing it so much now, and it hurts my freaking heart and makes me mad at the same time. But like I see a lot of women like breaking up with people and not wanting to be with people because they either like get bored or whatever, or just they feel like they're not being loved. Even I'm really learning a lot about women, and they are very freaking emotional. You, as men, we are logical. If a problem arises, we are going to solve the problem. So women are different though. Like, they don't solve the problems, they are expressing their emotions about the problem. Now, there's a level of suffering everybody's willing to take, and like women, like venting to you about work and stuff is that's the level of suffering that they're going to take. Like, it's not that bad. But like when they're explaining it, they're so dramatic, and you're like, yo, is like everything good? Like, then you're over here hating this coworker that you never met. You're like, damn that bitch Sarah. You're like, oh, bitch. Like, bro, for real? For real, bro? But it's like one of those things though. It's, you ask like older men, like, or anybody, like, if you're going through stuff like that, they're like, that's just girls. And that's like, that sucks, because I hate giving them that cop out of like, oh, it's just girls, they just get to be like that. Girls can like crash out on you and then be sweet to you a few days later without an apology, and it's cool. What, they give you a little something else and then it's really good? Most likely. Most likely. I'm not gonna lie, it would cheer me up. But no, it takes a woman with emotional maturity, one that like knows how to like step outside of herself, take accountability, because women aren't really accountable either. They're holding men to like this crazy ass standard of like, yo, provide. I want a man that's gonna provide, do this, do that, XYZ. But then like you ask them, what are you providing though? They're like, myself, a vibe. A vibe? Ugh, a vibe? Brother. Bruh. Like, nah, bro. Like, what do you actually provide? Because if the men are supposed to take on like this traditional like gender role, right, of like being the provider and like everything like that, then they should take the like traditional women role, which is to nurture and like, you know, clean, be at the house, cook, and do all the extra stuff, right? But they're not even trying to do that either. So it's like, you want us to be traditional, but you're not being traditional. What in the world? What in the world? I personally believe relationships should be like, we should serve each other. Like, my whole thing is like, the more people I can serve, the better off I'll be. And I know that. If this video gets to 10 more people, bro, that's the goal, bro. But it's like, people get so like one track minded, especially if they don't believe in something that's higher, like either God, you believe in the universe, laws of nature, anything higher that's helping you through things and is the not controller, but the creator of it. It's like, those types of people are so like pessimistic and like cynical, and like they don't believe things can happen. They're usually people that are like blocked as creatives too. You know, they want to be creative. I'm low-key going off on a tangent though. Let me redirect, because I'm recording this one on my phone, so I don't want this to get over like 30 minutes or so. But yeah, girls can be chaos, especially ones that aren't emotionally like regulated. And bro, if she's not like at least 30, she's probably emotionally irregulated. Like, come on. Especially like if it's a girl that's like, oh, I had to grow up like at a, like you can tell like there's a girl that's like mature. Like, I fell for the trap before. Girl was mad mature. I was like, man, she really had to hold up a household when she was like 15. And like, she had that hard worker like mentality to her, but she was broken, bro. She never really got a chance to be a kid, and she like was lashing out and crashing out. Sex was good though. But she was She was not. No, she was not the one for me. Like, I remember, like, one of the homies, like, I was like talking to them about like what she had done and like stuff. The homie was like, bro, you're T-free. You're T-free. What are you doing? Like, worrying about that girl, bro? You were him, bro. Changed up my whole flow, bro. I stopped rocking with Shorty, bro. I be checking up on her from time to time. I don't text her. I be checking to see if she be posting. She don't be posting. She don't be posting. Like, I'm not even scared to lose a love anymore, but I would love to like be with someone again that's like at least paying attention to the little things, because I feel like a lot of girls aren't ready to like really dive into how their man is feeling also. You feel me? Maybe I'll be looking in the wrong places. Should I be going to like jazz brunches or something like that? I don't know. Like, damn, this year I'm going to be 29. I've been on Hinge, and like my goal on Hinge is not to like go out here and meet some girl I'm about to start dating. Like, that's not my goal. My goal is to, because I've been in a relationship for so long, I'm just trying to see what's out here. You feel me? Like, but I mainly met like female friends on Hinge, if I'm gonna be 100. Like, and it's cool. I have no issues meeting female friends that way. I'm also meeting them in person. It's cool too. Like, I went to check out an apartment. There was this girl she was showing me through. She was a vibe. And she was like, we should be friends if you don't even live here. I was like, for sure. She was like, I got your number. And I was thinking like, how? And I was like, oh, the application. I was like, is that okay? But yeah, and then some girl at the gym, like, but she's not like a regular, so I'm not gonna be like, well, she's not like a regular, so it's not an issue because I stay at this gym, bro. But yeah, like I'll meet people and be kicking it with people naturally. But yeah, the females that like I'm most attracted to, I guess, are like the ones that are like a little bit older. So like, because I'm about to be 29, so I've been seeing like girls that are like 30 to like 34, bro. I was actually on Hinge and this one girl was like, she was 35. She sent me the rose, and then she gonna tell me, I think I was talking to her a little bit, and she asked like what I do for work, and like I sent her a voice message, and then she said like, oh yeah, like, I love that you do this, and I love this and that. She's like, looking at your profile, you're 28. I didn't know that. I thought I put the deal breakers a little bit higher than that. She's like, I'm probably gonna need somebody a little bit older than that. I wouldn't date anybody 28 again, if I'm honest. No disrespect. And I was like, no disrespect. I will happily remove you. Thank you. They're so direct. But younger girls are not direct. They're like, I don't know where my head is at. I don't know what's happening to me. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. I hope you guys are liking my setup. Like I said, I'm at the gym, but this is an easy setup, and I would show you guys. There's literally just 2 tube lights behind me, and they're different colors. They're just pointed away. I got the lighting here. Got the Baby Yoda. We lit. If anybody's listening to the podcast, I don't know if it's on anything yet, but if I was very productive on a day and did it all, congrats for listening. Go on ahead and review this, give it a star, because I won't remember to do it at the end. And like this. So this week we're on Artist's Way, week 2, bro. So I'm just gonna read like one thing. It's like, as we grow as like artists and like gain our creativity back, like attacks of like self-doubt are gonna grow like to the max, bro. You're gonna be like tempted to go back to your old life. So like the reason why they say you want to get out of old environments is because you're gonna have like people in your life, like friends, or yeah, definitely like old friends that are also blocked as you were. Blocked creatives are just people that like are artists but aren't doing it. Blocked for some reason, maybe something happened in their younger life or whatever, something happened. But you're gonna have those friends because that's one thing you guys most likely bonded off of. As you're trying to grow, they're trying to hold you back and be like, yo, like, you're different and like you're changing. And if they're trying to do that, then they're trying to keep you where you're at. That's why it's very important. I think it's important to move out of your home state to go to college for a little bit. I did that, came back, and I'm not even worried about none of those bozos. But it's also free will to refuse to acknowledge our gifts as creators. So if you're actively saying that you're not an artist, you're not a creator, it's free will. That's why you're doing it, but you're actually meant to create. Like, just imagine if you were doing the thing that you want to do, like actually want to do. Like for me, I actually want to be making music. I've been taking steps towards that for a minute, bro. Like if I was making music weekly, I'd be 100% like in a good spot. I'm in a good spot now because I am creating stuff, but I'd be chipper. But what if you did that thing? What if you started that thing? What if you started a YouTube? What if you started making TikTok videos? What if you started like doing something else different, you know? Taking walks in different neighborhoods, going to parks and reading in different neighborhoods weekly, taking yourself out on dates. Like, what if you started doing stuff like that for yourself? Like, that is like where your inner creativity can start to bloom. But there was something that I wrote, or at least highlighted in the book. It was, let me think. Brain blast. Damn. There was a really good thing in the book. I didn't finish writing my notes for week 2, so if you guys watch my vlog, you guys will see it on the vlog, the full thing. But there are going to be people in your life that are like, they call it crazy makers. That's what Julia Cameron called it. They're called crazy makers. They're going to be causing chaos in your life. For me, it's usually women. Ugh. And notice, brother, like, if you're like a lover boy like me and you're trying to give your love to somebody, bro, give your love to yourself. Love on yourself, bro. Like, truly. Like, if you can give yourself 100% of the love for a little bit, like, you'll know exactly what to do for you when you start to lose yourself when you're with a girl. Because it naturally happens, because for some reason we bend a little bit for women. Like, some women will let us lead, but if they have like particular things that like they like a certain way, you'll do them. Yeah. She want to get manicures and pedicures weekly with you, but like she's solid. She's making sure you're fed. She's making sure you're like everything's good, groomed. Like, she really taking care of you, loving on you. Ooh, I'm feeling something. Like, that's a good trade-off. But women want you to compromise for them. They don't really compromise. They don't really take accountability. At least these women. I've been with some really dope people, bro. And like my previous girl, like she was a really dope person. I don't know what has changed like recently with everything. Like, it's dating is weird though too. Like, as a former athletes, it's like if you date a person that never really played a sport at a high level, they're not gonna understand. And I know I probably touched on this the last podcast, but they're not gonna understand. Like, you're gonna be constantly leveling up. You're always looking for something else to do that's a little bit more challenging. Like, and you know, get that goal of being a provider. And some women, like especially ones that aren't really that driven or have only worked hard in a job and just went up the ranks that way, like they're not going to really understand like how you're doing it. Like, they can see potential. Well, no. I feel like girls that have played sports can see potential, because if you played sports, you know that like you might start off here, but you can change and grow and progress and get here. People that don't play sports don't have that. It's just, if you have been this way, you've always been this way, and you will always be that way. Like, you can probably change, but this is the way you are. And like, narps, normies, whatever you want to call them, just people that didn't play sports really, they just they don't really have a growth mindset. They just have a persist mindset. Like, I'm just gonna keep on trucking. If it sucks, I'll keep going. It'll stop sucking someday. And then when that day never comes, then what? I don't really get it. I don't get it. People are more comfortable just working their life away than actually going for a dream. But I think it's that it's a fear of not getting to that dream and like putting themselves out there and not getting that thing. That's why you have people posting content. They're like, I posted content, but it didn't really do well. It sucks. It doesn't look good. You didn't even really try to look at how this like actually works. You just posted some trash. I didn't like that video. But there are also people like that'll do anything to stay in that frame of mind. Like, you can give, like, there's some women, you can give them logic and they will literally find a way to flip it and make you the bad person again. But if someone is trying to make you the bad person and you're using logic, then they want to keep this narrative. And they secretly do know that you, like, they're doing you wrong. But they're gonna pull things. They might pull things from years ago because there's no recent cases of like wrongdoing. And they'll be like, but you did this back then and like I stayed. And it's like, okay, but what does that have to do with right now? We're talking about this, and I've grown since then. You have too. But it's just like they'll stay in that narrative, because then in that narrative they're always the victim, and that can justify all of their actions towards you in their mind, even when you're right. And it's not even about being right or wrong. I feel like it should be like us being on the same team, right? But girls are not thinking that way, bro. They're not thinking about men. So like, gentlemen, if you're trying to date, bro, try to date a former athlete, bro. And I'm being for real. Like, you don't have to go find one, like, but see if they played sports for real. See if they're like competitive, or see what their ambitions are. Because if a girl is just working and they're just, I just do marketing. Do you like that stuff? What do you really want to be doing? I'm just doing this for now. You don't have a future planned? You don't have this, what? And gentlemen, if you don't have your future planned, look, I will link in this podcast, I will link a whole like workshop that I had done. I'm not going to take credit for it. I got it from a Jim Rohn audio tape. And if you don't know Jim Rohn, oh my gosh, I will link some of that in here too. But I will put his goals workshop that I personally did, and I do every year now, or every other year. And it just, it really set me up well, because, and it'll set you up well too, because if you're going for something like, let's say you want to start posting content and, you know, get brand deals or whatever, I don't know what you want to do, but you want to start doing something creative, right? Basically, it's hard to like continue going if you're like, oh, like, dang, this one didn't get views, or like, you know, you don't have a roadmap of why you're even doing it. The goals workshop basically gives you, it like helps you map out so many other reasons why, like literally 50 things that like you want. And then it's like, I'll definitely put it down there because I don't want to explain the whole thing, but it just sets you up well. It's like the GPS. basically. And whenever I feel like lost, I kind of go back and read. But what it really does is it starts to align things into your life. Like, I wrote down in mine that I wanted to be working with pro athletes. I wanted to be posting on YouTube consistently. I put some good things in there, and I think that I wanted the relationship of my life to, like, I want to be in the best relationship of my life, and I put that. It says like, see, like after you write 50, it's like, oh, when do you think you'll accomplish this? Put a 1 for 1 year, 3 years, and then 5 or 10 years. I think for relationship, I put like 3 or 5 years. So I think that's why mine freaking crumbled and fell off. But it also aligns because I'm literally a track coach at a private school for girls, and I'm probably going to be coaching football, like tackle football, high school freaking football for boys, and like in this upcoming fall. Like, if that's not an easy path, or not easy, but like if that's not a path to get to coaching like pros, I don't know what is. And like, I'm here on YouTube. I'm posting. I'm doing the stuff. So yeah, it really helps you. And I don't post to be seen. I know I want to get the views, but I post to get this stuff up. I got to get the reps. I got to make sure that I'm actually showing myself. And that's why, like, it makes it easier for me, like, to push forward. So I'll link that for you guys. I don't want this to be too long, but closing thoughts. Oh, if you have a girl that's like in your life that's causing you a lot of chaos, mirror her energy. And like, you don't have to be like rude to her, but just talk to her a little bit less. You feel me? And like, you don't have to give you don't have to give anybody an explanation for making a decision for you, because it's your life, it's your story. Especially if they're causing you some type of anxiety or anything, you can cut them out. It's totally fine. Like, you're valid for that, bro. Do it. Do it. Or sis, do that. Don't worry about somebody that's not worried about you. Don't listen to their words. Pay attention to their actions. Promise you, bro. What is the word that we're gonna get today? I don't know. Oh, perfect. We got Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is an occasion for everything and a time for every activity under heaven. And basically, the whole book of Ecclesiastes is dope. But basically, that's just saying that there's a time for everything. That is actually perfect for what we talked about today. There is a time for everything. There's a time for love. There is a time for pain. There's a time for pure joy, creativity. Like, there's a time for all that stuff. And don't get caught up in what's happening in the season, because there's going to be a time for something greater. There's always a time for that. But you also have to know that there's a time for worse as well. But that just lets you know that when things are down, or you think they're like bad, they are always going to get better. And for relationships, if you're not in one, there's a time for that. And it's not the time for that right now. It's probably time to lock in. And if you guys want to lock in a little bit more and see a little bit more of me, I am now on Patreon. Woo, yeah. I'm on Patreon now. And I'm going to be putting up some additional exclusive podcasts where I'm just talking a little bit more unfiltered. So you're really going to like get to know me for real. Like, it's my like unfiltered thoughts, bro, for real. And just like some bonus stuff, more fun. And there's going to be a chat that I want you guys to get into so we can just like grow as men. And yeah. But it's your boy T Free, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's do comment question of the day. Ooh, what is a creative passion that you have wanted to pursue but you have not pursued yet? If you're wanting to talk about it more, hit me up or also comment what's been holding you back. And don't just put the blame on somebody, but if it's you, say you've been holding you back. All right. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys and hear from you guys. Oh, I guess I won't hear from you. Dang. I'll see you on the next podcast and watch out for my next vlog. Peace.